there's one thing that cannot be denied at all about Hideo Kojima, it's that this man has an extremely vivid imagination and a serious knack for world building. And I'm sure the fans of the Metal Gear Solid series will say, hey, that's been apparent for a very long time, but I think it became even more apparent with Death Stranding back in 2019. Now, when that game first came out, it was fairly polarizing. People were like, wait a minute, you're just walking around delivering packages. I don't really see the appeal. But as time went on, I think people started to appreciate the simplicity of that game and got very pulled into the story, because these characters and this world, it really is offering the gamers like me quite a bit to chew on. There is a lot to this game. It's not a small game. It's got a lot to keep you occupied, and that's something I really think is special. But given that mixed reaction that that first game had, I was not expecting to see a sequel. So when they did announce that they were making a Death Stranding 2, I was absolutely overjoyed, because that game was seriously one of my favorite games of the PlayStation when it came out. And so far, it seems like Death Stranding 2 on the beach might be following in that first game's trend in terms of how I feel about it. Let's discuss. So right off the bat, there is an immediate quality of life improvement to how Death Stranding 2 looks. Now I have to be honest, I thought that first game from 2019, Death Stranding, looked fantastic. I thought it was one of the best looking video games I'd ever seen. The visuals just looked peak beautiful, peak realistic. And then they remastered it for the PS5 and it looked even better. So I'm thinking to myself, there's no way that this can get any better. But then comes Death Stranding 2 and oh my God, this game looks even better. It looks so much more real than even Death Stranding director's cut. When this game first started, I was in shock that I was actually looking at a video game, because it looked photorealistic. It looked like I was watching Planet Earth or Discovery Channel or something like that. I mean, that's just my opinion. Coming from that first game, which I was playing up until the day before this game arrived in the mail, I was playing it very recently. I was replaying that first game because I wanted to be ready. I didn't end up finishing that second playthrough, but I had been recently playing it, so I was very instantly aware of the dramatic improvements to the graphics. And one thing that I really appreciated about this game, just the way it started out, is that it doesn't get overly bogged down making you relearn stuff, because they are thinking, okay, this is Death Stranding 2. There's a good chance that people have played that first game. Why would you buy a sequel that is literally a direct sequel in story-wise as well if you didn't play that first game? Now, I'm sure some people did do that, and they do offer a little bit of tutorial, but it doesn't get overly bogged down on that. And I really appreciated that, because having just been playing Death Stranding 1, I was not in the mood to be treated like some kind of noob, and I liked that this game didn't really do that. They do inform you about some of the newer differences that are, making this game not seem like the first game. So some of the different weather mechanics, those kind of things they do touch on, but they don't get overly bogged down on making you relearn things, and I appreciated that. And just like that first game, yes, you are mostly delivering packages, but no, you are not just some mindless UPS guy doing a job. You are so much more than that, because Sam is doing something that is extremely profound and just continually important. He is delivering packages to people. You're still doing that. You're going to the terminal, you're taking the order, you're getting the items, you're packing yourself up and making sure that you can actually walk, and you're delivering those packages, just like in that first game. But just like in the first game as well, you are also connecting people to the chiral network, and that is where the true resonance of this story lies. He is a guy who is helping a broken, disconnected world become whole again. And honestly, it doesn't feel too far off from where we are as a species, as humanity, because it does feel like we are very much kind of at odds with each other more often than not. I think that I could see us getting to the point where we are hiding from each other and not socializing and totally disconnecting. And he's here to deliver these packages, but also bring people onto that chiral network. And it's an extremely important mission that he has. And so I like the way it makes me feel knowing that I am helping this world. Sure, it's a game and it's not real, but it feels real to me because of how well Hideo Kojima has crafted this world. Now, I will say that the story in this game is as convoluted and messy as Hideo Kojima's games usually are, and Death Stranding, I swear he cranked that up to 11. This guy must have been doing some really interesting drugs when he started writing this, because it's just insane. There's literally a scene where a robot just breaks into a full musical number. I was laughing. I loved that scene. I really did, and I was not at all surprised. I was like, you know what? This is not surprising. This is Hideo Kojima we're talking about. This is hardly the most shocking thing that I've ever seen in his game. Totally made sense to me, so I liked that a lot. But yeah, it's a very confusing story. There's times where I'm absorbing what's going on, but not truly processing what's going on. And I'm sitting there hoping that by the end it all starts to make sense. But Hideo Kojima really wants you to pay close attention to his story, and he wants you to be confused. I'm positive of that. He wants people to fill in lore, and maybe fan sites are doing that, and he also wants you to read backstories. There's so much information that this game also feeds to you. There's a lot of information that you can read just in the in-game menus that will help flesh out the story if you so choose to. But he's really going to be encouraging you to do that, to truly understand the game and this story. I think that you probably do need to be taking advantage of every little Easter egg. And unfortunately, I didn't do that. So yeah, I was mega confused a lot of times. Norman Reedus continues to do a fantastic job as Sam Porter Bridges. This is a very layered character, and this is a man who has so much pain that he is holding on to. He already went through so much in that first game, and then he goes through even more in this game, and I really did care about his character. He is a very well fleshed out character. He really does feel very authentic. He feels very real. You definitely sympathize with him. And then also Leah Sado, I hope I'm saying that right. Her name is French. I can't guarantee I'm saying it right at all, but she was one of my favorite characters in that first game as Fragile, and I absolutely love her in this game as well. Fragile, again, is another character who is so layered. This woman is somebody that you really do connect to. She feels like someone that you hope you're lucky to know in your real life. She's compassionate, she's loving, she's supportive, she knows how to push Sam to staying on path and keeping him motivated. I really like her performance. There's some fantastic performances in this game. Hideo Kojima again has brought a movie director in as an actor. I'm talking about George Miller. That's the guy who directed the Mad Max movies. He wrote and directed. You would think that this guy is too busy, and for one, he's also not an actor, but you'd think he's too busy to want to do something like this, and yet he came and he delivered a performance that is really impressive, and it makes me think that, man, maybe he could actually be an actor in one of his movies. And I don't know, maybe he has. I haven't checked his IMDb. I just know he's the guy who directed and wrote Furiosa, Mad Max Fury Road. Ellie Fanning in this game is also fantastic. She is badass. She's a true badass. And like Sam, this woman, I'd say, she's got a lot of layers. She's really cool. Just every person in this game, every single actor in this game is in top notch. I even really enjoyed Dollman. Dollman, he's this little doll that Sam carries around. He's got a weird frame rate going on, which is actually pretty fun. I like seeing that. Even his character is extremely charming. What I really enjoy about Death Stranding and the first and the second one is that I feel very relaxed when I'm playing these games. Sure, there's some hard parts where I'm dying a lot, but overall it feels pretty chill. I feel like I'm in a relaxed state. I'm walking around, I'm trying to figure out, okay, what's the best path to get through this mountain range to this village that's all the way on the side? Do I want to go around the village or the mountain? Do I want to go over it? Am I going to be able to? I like that kind of stuff. Seeing the world, taking it in, and really appreciating it. And the musical scores. There's like musical songs that start playing when you're traveling. You know this probably, right? Unless you have not played it and you're just watching this review out of curiosity because you want to play it. Then yeah, there's musical numbers that you see whenever you're in like a long stretch where it's thinking, okay, you're going to be going and you're going to be going and going. And then they'll play a song to help make the moment feel cinematic. And even those songs are, they're not the most bassy or exciting songs, but they're chill and they fit very well for this game. And another thing that is really cool about this game is that this is in fact a multiplayer game. You are not playing with other players. There is not other players that you're going to see peppered throughout this world, but you're going to see signs of other players all over the place. place. There's going to be cars left behind that have a username attached to them. A building, a road, a generator, all those things are left behind by other players, and it adds to the multiplayer aspect of it. This is very much a community-driven world, and I enjoyed really helping contribute to that. I spent a lot of time building zip lines in different places to make it so that people could just use them, and I found it very exciting going back and seeing that my zip line or my road or something had been given a bunch of thumbs ups. I was like, yay, people appreciated what I did. And those are the things about this game that really stand out to me. It is a multiplayer game even without seeing other people, and I think this could be the future of gaming. This game is really truly a masterpiece. I absolutely loved it. I can't wait to see if they're going to make a third one. I really hope they do. I am crossing my fingers, because just like the first game, Death Stranding 2 left me feeling profoundly touched. I really enjoyed these characters. I feel like I know these people. I feel like I got to know them on a personal level. And is that weird? Maybe it's a little weird. I don't know. That's just how engaged I was in this story, and how much he made me care about these characters, and how well these actors made me care about their characters, because this is a whole group effort. It's not just Hideo Kojima, it's all these actors putting in all the work. This game is fantastic. I absolutely loved it. So for me, this game is a 9. Now I'm docking it a little bit because, as I said before, the story is a mess. It's a very, very confusing mess, and if you're not going to read all the backstory and lore, you're going to be a little bit lost. But at the same time, that is what you're signing up for when you play a game by Hideo Kojima. This man is not known for straight lines. His lines are crooked, going up and down all over the place, and I wouldn't have it any other way. But that being said, I wish I could understand the story a little bit better. Maybe they should have I did hear that they're going to make an anime, but I don't know if it's going to be tying into this game, so maybe it won't illuminate more for me, but they should definitely continue exploring this world, because it truly is amazing. I liked this game a lot. I'm highly recommending that you play it. Put aside that need that you have for instant gratification, okay? Fortnite is fun, okay? Call of Duty is fun, but so is this game. You just have to be patient. You have to tap into that part of yourself that can just chill. I know it's there for everybody. Don't deny that it's there. It's there, you can play this game, you can enjoy it, and by the end, I bet you're gonna be thinking, holy shit, this was a really fucking great game, and I'm glad that I watched that review where he talked me into trying it out. That's what I'm hoping, guys. That's what I'm hoping. If you like this review, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you want to hear more things from me, guys, I do movie reviews, TV show reviews. I even occasionally do some tech stuff. Then subscribe to this channel. Later.